Hey guys, welcome back to the next base building video. Today we are going to look at a base from the Grand Witch Auto War. This base held up 8 times. Well, it took 8 defenses before it finally went down. So let's check it out. Number 16, Little Tofflin. Okay, so basically what happened was in the war, I had to come down and dip on this base, and I was really upset because after I 3-starred it and everyone was telling me that this base held up 8 times, and I was in just complete shock. Like, that was just insane. I've never really seen 8 defense. Actually, I have once. It was a 9 defenses, but it never got 3-star. Somebody had to actually, I think, dip on that base, and it was 10 attacks in total, and it was like a really low defensive base, but that was a long time ago. But 8 defense in a war with current meta is absolutely ridiculous. I have never seen a base recently that would hold up more than 6 attacks or something like that. So it was a real shocker. Really kind of disappointed. I don't know what much to say about it, but anyways, let's go to the base and figure out exactly how would we approach it and how can we diagnose the base and what's the best way to go with a fresh hit based off what we see with the layout. Okay, so first things first, what I always do is I like to look at where the double giant bomb possibilities are. So let's take a look. This is the Queen's compartment. I doubt there's going to be a DGB in there. I doubt there's a DGB here because, you know, it's too close to the Queen. Archer Tower can be walked, so that negates it. Over here, there could be, it's a weird wall right there, so there might be a Tesla there. And if he has a Tesla there, then he has a Tesla in here for a possible DGB there. So that could be a possible DGB spot. It would make sense with pathing from hogs coming from 6 to top side. Let's check out here. This is external, not really, nothing there. Over here, can there be a DGB? Not really, because if hogs were to come on the top side or the bottom side, then they could single trigger that DGB one at a time, and then that wouldn't be the best spot, but it's definitely possible, so we'll take that into some consideration. Over here in the core, air defense messes up pathing. If hogs were to come in from the air defense to this cannon or this archer tower, it would trip one by one, so that's not a good spot. Over here, cannon, if hogs were to come in from the 3 o'clock side of the cannon and they go to the mortar, they would trip the double set that's in between these 2 defenses, so that eliminates that compartment. Over here, there could be a DGB in between maybe these 2 defenses, but hogs coming from here would trip out one by one, so that's not a good spot at all. I wouldn't think so. It would be right there. So the only real spots is here, which is an okay spot. It could actually be here as well. We didn't actually include this yet, but if hogs were to come in from this X build, the top side, then they trip this one by one. When they come down onto one of these sweepers, they'll trigger a single or something if it's between the sweeper and this air defense. So the only real spots is going to be here and here. So now, if he were to have a DGB here, let's say, we already have the 2 singles. So if he were to have that, he'd probably have 1 single or both singles, 1 in the core and 2 in the top area. Usually with base designs, that's what they tend to do. They won't overload one side with GBs because that wouldn't make much sense, especially where there's the only really one real DGB spot. This is a semi-decent DGB spot. It only works like maybe 50% of the time, so I would guess that there'd be 2 here, then 1 and 1, or 1 in the core, If there would be two in here, then I'm guessing he'd have like some of the single in between here, and one single somewhere in the north area. That would only really make sense as far as where possible GBs are. Maybe he has one over here and two over there, and then one over here somewhere. I don't know, but I doubt it, to be honest. I think that it would only really make sense that he would have a double here and then two singles into one of these compartments, either here, here, or here. Two DGBs this close to each other would be really bad for the defender, so I would doubt that. Okay, so now that we've looked at where possible DGBs are, let's look at possible air attacks. So air attacks on this base. What is the best air attacks on this base? So an attacker could actually just go with a simple CB Lalo, maybe from here. So they could drop in a minion for here. Let's check out this archer tower. Can't really get that gold mine. So once you drop, so minion here, drop in like 3 archers for this gold mine, or 2 archers. See, the thing is with archer towers, when they cover like a trash blink, a wizard will probably get this, but an archer will actually be more behind. It's like 2.75 tiles for an archer. So an archer standing on the top left side of that gold mine will make the funnel easily for there and for this gold mine. So if you drop in 3 archers and 3 archers, they'll get this and that without deploying your golem. So you deploy your archers first, take out the gold mines and your minion, and then deploy your golem, and then drop your wizards. Because the reason why you want to do that is you save some HP on your golem, so that you don't have to wait for this funnel to go down before you drop in your jump and your king and all that good stuff. So you can drop in 3 archers here, 3 archers there, and then a minion over here, make the funnel, and then once the golem goes in, drop in the golem. So golem over here at the top left side of the army camp, he'll go to the archer tower. Then shortly after, maybe drop in a couple minions for this gold mine, wizard for this gold mine, queen in the middle, and then maybe a wizard behind, drop in the jump spell, probably connecting this compartment, these 2 walls right here, so that they can get the air defense and they can get the queen as well. So you'll drop in the jump spell, drop in the king, drop in the poison, drop in the rage spell for the queen, and the wizard that's probably behind as well with the queen. And then they'll go and pop the king's ability. Queen will take out the CC, king will take out the enemy queen, and the golem should pass from the wizard tower to the air defense. So hopefully either he'll take it down or the queen will eventually take it down, since the BK will likely path this way, because he's going to take out the queen and then take out some storages and then continue on his path, because also the BK's there. So that's definitely a good approach for a CB Lalo. I think that's pretty good. Let's see, what else could you do on this base? You could even go with a shattered, maybe, I don't know, from here. Let's say 7 o'clock, drop in the jump spell for these 2 air defense, but this air defense is kind of deep. So I'd probably just go with maybe another safe CB Lalo, and then Lalo the rest. The air sweeper positioning is not the greatest on this base. It is a little bit tricky for these wizard towers, especially if he has like some sort of Tesla farm on the outside, like maybe 2 Teslas over here. Then it might be a little bit difficult for a fresh hit 3-star on this base. But I feel like 4 hounds with probably 16 loons should wreck the base, because over here is nothing really hitting it. It's only an archer tower, unless there's 2 Teslas or a Tesla up there. It might, be a little bit of a pain. Not really though, because it's only 1 air targeting defense in the wizard tower. So if you were to come in from the bottom side, then you have to deal with that. And then over here, there might be 2 Teslas for that DGB, and these wizard tower with a possible Tesla over here, or maybe, I don't know, something like that. So anyways, I think that CB Lalo would definitely work on this base from either side. You could drop in the jump spell connecting these two walls, and then pretty easy to make the funnel, to be honest. And yeah, I think that's it for the possible CB Lalos. Okay, so now let's look at possible queen charge air attacks. So maybe for a queen charge air attack, I would probably deploy my queen around 8:30, and I would go for healers, drop in a wizard for that dark barracks. So maybe queen right onto that builder hut first. Drop in your 4 healers, deal with the 2 defenses. When the king comes out, drop in a poison spell for the king. Take care of the king, no problem. She's gonna go around. Let's look at the queen's radius. Maybe when she targets that DE mine, because she might be near the wall, that she aggroes the queen. If not, it's okay. What we'll do is we'll drop in like 2 wizards first over here, and look at the arch tower's radius. So if we drop in 2 wizards, what's a mortar gonna do to 2 wizards? Nothing. So we drop in the 2 wizards, let them take some damage, put some damage on those buildings, and then drop in a giant after for the arch tower, and then that will make sure that you will get that. But if you drop in your giant 2 wizards, and then all of a sudden the point defenses take out your tank, then the wizards may or may not get that mortar. So I usually go with like 2 wizards first, since the point defense is out of range, and then once the buildings are about to go down, drop in the giant so that they go and target that mortar nice and easy. And that'll make the funnel over there. I would drop in, once I drop in that giant, I would drop in 3 wall breakers, a test wall breaker first, and then 3 wall breakers at that wall. After that, queen would go in, drop in the race spell for the queen. She'll target the enemy queen likely either when she's hitting the CC, or after the CC, or when she's hitting it, but either or, no big deal. Drop in the poison for the CC, drop in maybe a poison or not. I'd probably just drop in a poison. Maybe I'd hold it if I can and not use it on the king, so I can use it on the CC, or I'd bring 2 poisons. So drop in a poison for the CC and a rage spell for the queen. Take out the enemy queen, take out the CC. Then she'll continue her path. Pop her ability for this air defense when she finally gets there. And then after that, you could go in for 1 air defense and zap quake 1 air defense. So one air defense for the king with a CB or some Valks, and they go in, take out an air defense. Or you could just Lalo straight from there and have the BK tank maybe for this bottom area or for the wizard towers to distract them. And then, yeah, that should be rip. Let's see, any other possible air attacks? You could put, you could maybe do some sort of Golo on this base. Either from the, I'd probably do it from the top right area, but the only problem is these expos. And that might be a little bit of a pain, to be honest, so. Yeah, I probably would not do some sort of Golo on this base. It's just a little bit tricky with pathing all that in these expos, so. Yeah, I feel like that's really one of the best 2 ideas of air attacks, either CB Lalo or some sort of queen charge to get 2 air defense and the queen from the bottom left area, and then Lalo from there. So that's really it for the air possible attacks on a fresh ship. So now let's go over a possible ground attacks on this base. So what I see is basically I see a possible DGB in here, and I see a possible DGB in here. Now, if we eliminate those 2 spots, then that only leaves us with 1, 2, 3 spots that may or may not have singles there. We don't know because it's a fresh hit. But if we eliminate the DGB sets, because the queen, she can charge into here, let's say for example. So we drop in minions for this. Oh, sorry. We drop in minions for this barracks and the spell factory. Drop in the queen walk over here by these barracks. Drop in a minion for that army camp. Wall breaker in when it's available. That's probably when Maybe you can go with a giant and then wall breakers away from these two expos so that you can safely get in your wall breakers. And you have to also be aware of this mortar. But anyways, queen, she's going to go in and she's going to take out the sweeper. Once the sweeper goes down, the okay spot is going to go down of the DGB. Now the queen's going to continue her path. She's going to keep going. When she targets the gold mine, the gold storage or the air defense, the CC is going to come out. So that's perfect. So when she's targeting the air defense, troops are coming out, so your healers will not die. So you'll take out the air defense, then you'll deal with the CC shortly after. So then I think that's when you're going to need either the ability or a second rage or something like that. So drop in a first rage maybe for these two expos. Maybe even bring a fifth healer just so you don't have to use a rage spell there. So one rage spell there. Take out both DGB sets. Oh my goodness. Take out both DGB sets and then go with some sort of kill squad taking out a single location, something like that. So I'd probably use one rage for the queen with 5 healers or something like that, and then I would go with some sort of CB coming from the top, wall breaker in at that corner, dropping the jump for the queen, take out the queen, take out this possible single spot, these two, and drop in probably like a few hogs on this cannon and a few hogs on this mortar. So if there's a single there, or if there's a Tesla, 2 Teslas, it will eliminate it. And then whatever, those 6 hogs were just for sacrifice, just to get their job. Take out a single, take out a Tesla or 2, whatever's over there. And then I would just keep going with hogs. I mean, 3, 3, 3. So maybe 15 hogs is all you really need, and they're going to end up going to this compartment. You'll need a jump and a heal for your kill squad. Maybe you can bring some Valks and no golem or anything. And then last heal probably for this area for the possible GB that's over there. Let me get some water real quick. So yeah, whenever you just look at the base and you figure out where's the possible double giant bombs, that's where I usually like to go with some sort of queen walk, something like that, because you eliminate that, then the base is really like easy, because if you just go and hog the res, or do some sort of double jump Vaho, then you would probably wreck the base. I mean, there's nothing really left to hold on to the base. Like, you can even come in from the top area with a double jump Vaho. So jump, heal spell for the Valks, and then drop in hogs, and then hopefully the base will be done by the time your hogs even get here. So there'll only be 1, 2, 3, 4 defenses, which is nothing to Valks and your queen that's still gonna live, because this air defense is gonna go down. She's gonna end up going to one of these buildings, and then that'll be it. So any other possible attacks on this base? I mean, you could even earthquake the core, and then for these 2 DGBs, and then go with some sort of huge kill squad coming from the top area. Maybe, yes, coming from the top area with a queen. Maybe you can go with a queen walk and then lead up into going into this compartment. So once you eliminate either this building or these buildings, you can wall breaker into one of these compartments, and then drop in some sort of huge kill squad coming from there with double heal, and then you'll wreck the base. So maybe a queen walk taking out these buildings, and then come in with a Vaho or go Vaho from there. Jump. I know, no jump, sorry. There's the core EQ. So maybe the queen, you can start her from here and end up leading her to go this way, the left or the right. The only problem is that these air defense positionings, they might take a healer eventually. So I'd probably go with queen walk going to the right. So start your queen over here, and wizard for funnel. Also wizard for that builder or minion in the beginning. Queen will go to the right. Then when she gets to this area, she takes out this gold storage, and she also, you drop a hog for the CC. and then make a easy funnels over here. Drop in wall break your golem and your Valho coming from here. Drop in your wall breakers, and then just go in through the base and wreck it. Maybe even go with a rage spell. Maybe you don't need it for the queen. You can bring a rage spell for this kill squad. This kill squad over here, and then go with a heal spell, and that will eliminate all the bombs on the base, which would break the base as well. Oh man, that's plenty of attacks. I think. I mean, I think a queen walk to eliminate the DGBs is probably your best approach, and then maybe just a Vaho or some sort of small kill squad with one jump, and then have hogs for whatever's over here, something like that. I probably wouldn't go with a Vaho from the bottom left area because you don't know what's in this area. There's more spots of singles or 2 Teslas or 3 Teslas. So I'd probably come in from the top area, not here, because your Vaho would end up clearing out one section instead of 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 sections. So bottom left area is not the best way to come from. But yeah, I think that's it. Let's check out some attacks. I don't know if we have time to go through all of them, but we'll check it out and see, what's everyone used on this base. Okay, so 16. Crazy movement on 16. 81%. Okay, so he uses as double Zapquake, Lalo, 2 Lava Hounds, 10 Baby Dragons, 12 Loons, 1 regular dragon, and 5 Wall Breakers. I think there's a Lava Hound in that clan castle. So let's check this out. So he Zapquakes those 2 air defenses. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what he's going to do with these sweepers over here, because if he's double Zapquake, then that leaves you vulnerable for the sweepers that are over there, especially if there's Teslas on the outside. So he drops in the queen. Nice funnel. King is straying though, so that's not the best thing. Hopefully he will redirect after. I don't know why he popped the queen's ability. Maybe that was a mistake. But he takes care of the air defense, looks like. Oh, if he held on to the queen, he could have had the enemy queen down as well. So after that, what happened to that baby drag? He just got melted. So anyways, after that, dragons are going in. I'm guessing he's going with double Lava Hounds over there with 12 Loons, which looks like it could work. But they're targeting the BK, which is the issue. So if the enemy queen was down, it would have been a lot better for him. That dragon got melted. So he drops in his Loons. Okay. He still has 1 Lava Hound in the bag. I would probably have dropped it. Okay, he dropped it. But now those sweepers are just probably going to wreck him. And that might cost him late Lava Hound deployment. And now he has air skeletons. So that's an issue as well. Sweeper is just pushing him back for both sides. So I guess he underestimated the sweepers, but I think that he could have had it maybe if his queen took out the enemy queen, and then those baby dragons that he used all over there lived. I don't know what was the purpose of the baby drags. I'm not really 100% familiar with them, so I can't really say if it was worth it or not for the baby drags. But yeah, I don't see the dragon attack working. Maybe those sweepers are just a pain. So nice try, crazy moving. Yeah, nice try. So the sweepers just really were a pain. So I guess they're actually in a decent spot because they're covering both sides fairly good, and they really just hurt. Crazy moving really bad. So number 16. That's him getting almost 3-star. 16. 16. Nicholas, 93%. Nicholas. Okay. So Nicholas comes in with a go va holo with a queen walk. Okay, so let's see how he approaches it. So he drops in a minion over there, and let's see how he approaches this queen walk. Okay, so he starts his queen walk over here. Let's see where she goes. I'm not sure exactly where she's going to go, so I'm guessing he's going to go with a queen charge over there. Did he? Oh wait, I think he may be Phil. I think he dropped a wall breaker over here. I'm not sure. Yeah, he did drop a wall breaker. Why wouldn't he continue on? I guess he was too fast on that part. So maybe he didn't drop in those 3 wall breakers over there. I don't know why. But anyways. So queen goes in. So there is a Tesla over there. So that kind of indicates that there's a possible DGB there. So he drops in a rage spell for the queen. Comes in from the top. So I like his approach. So he came in from the bottom area and then going to the right, which will take out this DGB set and then take out this DGB set. So that's good. But the only problem is his healers are getting targeted. But that's the real issue I think that he has for this attack on this base. So he has like 2-3 healers left. Vaho coming from the top. He drops in. He doesn't have any wall breakers for that, so that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. No bueno. No wall breakers, so I'm guessing something probably went wrong on his base, on his attack. Unless he was planning on not having a second jump, or maybe he was planning on having his kill squad come in from here and then jump over there and his queen go to the left, take out the enemy queen, which could potentially work, but I don't know. I think it could have probably worked if it went to plan. That's what he was playing. If he went to the same way that he was doing, I don't think so, because his queen is gonna die, and then his kill squad is barely gonna make it with that jump. So I think something went wrong on that attack. Hopefully something went wrong, because if it wasn't, then I don't know what he was planning. Yeah, nice try. Okay, let's speed this up a little. 27 minutes. We got 13 left. So 93%. So maybe somebody could have contacted Nicholas right there and see and talk to him about what went wrong exactly, so they could alter it. So Nicholas. Okay, let's look at the next person that attacked 16. King, 78%. Okay, so King came in with the same comp. So maybe, I guess, he communicated with Nicholas and said, hey, what did you do wrong? So I can alter it and fix it. So I'm guessing he wanted to do some sort of wall breaker entrance from here. He needs a rage spell pretty soon. Oh, so Queen's walking, so just looking at that, why would you come in from that angle after you saw that, Queen is likely not going to walk the area? I would have probably came from that angle. I would have probably came in from the top left, not top left, over here by this Dark Spell Factory, dropping the poison for the king, and then, and then make the funnel like how he said, and then do the wall breakers, and then it would have worked out, just the same, but the queen has a less chance of a walk. If you're planning on not taking out these defenses, and then, somehow charging in, and then take out this defense over here, that's really difficult unless you really plan out that queen walk. So again, I don't think that's the best approach of the queen walk, unless maybe he wants his Govaho to come from there, which, I don't know exactly. So he drops in his poison spells, take out those loons, they all go down perfectly nice. But he did come in from the same area with that jump spell. Didn't take out the queen. He did have wall breaking in the CC, so that's how he got that compartment opened up pretty easily. Drops on a jump, king goes off. Nice try. I'm only speeding it up a little because we are running low on time, so we can watch maybe all the attacks. So again, we haven't really seen any DGBs pop up because they're planning on the queen walk to eliminate that. So I'm guessing that he eliminated all the spots because the top area was all cleared, the core area was all cleared. We don't know if it's in the right area by the expos or the bottom area, but I'm guessing that the queen walk eliminates that, so that's definitely good. So number 16. Oh, too far down. 16. That's king. Knack attack on 16. Okay, so Knack came in with the same thing, maybe a CC Golem or Valks in the CC. Let's see how he approached it. Same thing, Queen Walk, coming from there. It's not going to work, and now that he has a wall breaker fell. So, actually, oh, he got it. Okay, let's see if she walks that angle. Hopefully she does. Okay, so she did, so that's good. Not the best angle, but he got it done, so that's good. Okay, let's watch the rest. So we're going to go on ×2 speed. He drops in the poison spell for the CC. He didn't need, actually maybe he needed that ability, but I would have probably just held on to it, dropped in double poison, and then used my ability on the queen. That's probably what I would have done. He deals with the CC. No rage spell needed over there, so that's beautiful. Drops in his king and a golem over there. I'm guessing he's going to eliminate that DGB spot, but let's check it out. I haven't really noticed if there was 2 singles in any of these compartments, but we're going to notice it now. We're going to pay attention to that. So he drops in his Valks. Queen, her healers are, they're dying out, which is okay. What happened to his Valks? His Valks got melted, so I think that the Golem either got too far ahead or the Valks went in too early and then they just hit some spring traps and hit, the Expo and this Wizard Tower, which is hitting them really hard. So now he has 10 hogs left with no kill squad. He did drop in loons over here, which was good. Took out those defenses. Nice. But his Valks got melted. There's a single over there. That's a mortar splash. Brutal single. Okay, so we now know where the DGB is and where the 2 singles are. So even without diagnosing the base like that, you would know at least right now the 2 singles are and the DGB is. So that was an okay attack. It's just maybe if he had his Valks not die, then it would have been a different story. Also, his king took a lot of damage. But you don't want your Valks to go so far ahead in front of your king or your golem, because then they're going to be taking all the shots and then they'll end up hurting you. So 16. That's Knack. That's 16 hitting panned. 16. Rahi on 16, 89%. So these attacks are getting close, but nobody's just finishing it off. Okay, they have a decent idea, but the only problem is, again, the queen walk into that compartment is a little bit tricky. If you started from here, for one, you save loons. That's one. You deal with the king. That's another thing, separately from the kill squad. And then when you charge in here, your healers won't die. And that's what you really want to go for. But if you come in from here, and there's a possible, maybe she may or may not get into this compartment from the angle that you set her at, then that's a huge issue, because if she walks in, your whole raid's screwed up. I'm guessing he started the queen walk from the same area, and I'm guessing now he's going with the Vaho coming from the top. So he drops on Wizards, so this is nice. I like this. Wizards first. No need for a giant. So that's beautiful. If he dropped in a giant, he could have got a 1-for-1 trade on that mortar. So let's see what he does. Let's fast forward. Okay, so now he's going with the queen walk, the top area. And now he's going to charge into that compartment, which could work because he's eliminating 2 singles. And then I'm guessing he's going to go with some sort of a Vaho coming from there. So it could work because this air defense may or may not get the queen's healers. Double poison isn't really needed if you dropped it. If you drop a max one before they touch the poison spell, like, so if you drop it like in front of the queen and before they touch the poison spell, then you don't need a double poison or a rage spell. So healers are getting targeted, which is not ideal. Drops in the ability. He could have held on to that rage spell. I'm guessing the queen could have probably lived if he did it a little bit more smoother. Drops in his wall breakers over there. Golem's a waste. All he did was make a tank for the wall breakers. And then now I'm guessing he's going to go with some sort of hogs to take out the rest of the base. Swag heal. Ouch, that hurt a lot. But I'm guessing he just runs out of time, so that just took too long. Isn't really much he can do if it was a time issue, except maybe deploy a little bit faster, but not really. He deployed it pretty fast, so let's watch one more, the last one right after Rahi. I think maybe that was the last one. Oh shoot, that was Andy hitting 16. Oh no. Damn. 16. So Andy actually hit 16, and then we weren't gonna watch that because that was a Talented, but that's no bueno. 16. Where was it? I just saw it. It was Sean, I think. Sean. Where's Sean? Okay, so 16. Sean. Okay, so I do like how, you know, everyone was tweaking it a little bit and then, you know, going from there, but I don't like how maybe the angle was, or I mean, it just wasn't sealing on the deal. That was the issue. So Vaho took out all this, so that's good. That was nice because his Valks are still living. Queen is dead though. I didn't really pay attention to the queen, but he had to use a rage spell, a poison, and the ability just to take out the queen and the CC, which probably cost him on this raid. Late heal spell. Valks go in, loons are going in, air skeletons pop. Yep, time's an issue, and then there's the BK. So I probably wouldn't have used loons if I were to trigger these skeleton traps, which is the huge problem for your 6 loons that you deploy over there. But again, you know, I went over all the attacks, and you guys, whoever's watching this, is listen to all of them. I think that all of my attacks would have probably worked fresh hit on this base. If you just go through it and you approach it the correct way, then it's okay, you know, it'll work out fine. But okay, so we have a minute to talk. So we had a queen wall coming from here. Really hard chance of getting her into this compartment unless you drop her on the right tile. So there was 3 attacks that did not go the right way after that. So after the first attack, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to come in from there. It's really difficult to make the queen coming from there, from this angle, to go into that compartment. So drop her over here. Then we had a Vaho coming from here, which should have worked if, you know, your Valks are still healed up and all that good stuff. Then if you drop in minions over here, then the air skeletons are going to pop for your 6 loons over here, and then that will make that rip. Maybe 3 hogs for this wizard tower to eliminate that air defense, and then those loons are going to live. So 5 hogs maybe on this arch tower to this wizard tower to this air defense, and then back in loons like 2 or 3 for this arch tower. Take it out, they'll go to the cannon. GG. But time is up. 40 minutes. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you guys.